What's up, Mixed Nutters? It's your boy Marcus here. Today we covering the COVID-19 vaccine. Alright, so let's dig into this. So we got a lot of people coming out with news about the COVID-19 vaccine, and the majority of Americans are not trying to buy it. The trust for the government right now is real low. We got this nurse here, Tara Gardner. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Tara Gardner, 36, worked as a nurse for 2 decades in Suffolk County, New York. She and her 2 children have been vaccinated every year. She says drugs are her life, and she says it's what I learned in school. But she's questioning the whole vaccine for the COVID-19 in large part because she witnessed firsthand about the financial incentives for vaccines. Granger said she won't personally be getting it. So just take a look at that right there, right? Oh, I'm not a medical professional, but she is. And she is even skeptical about the COVID-19 vaccine, mostly because of the incentives. So that means they're incentivizing people to push this thing out and not even know if it's safe enough. I'm taking a look here. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Now, this Pew Research poll from late September showed that about half of the US adults, 51%, wouldn't get a COVID-19 vaccine if it was available today. A big drop from the 72% who said they'd get one back in May. People starting to wake up, y'all. Now, this next story is completely nuts. Mixed nuts. Like and subscribe. This Italian woman gets 4 years in jail for spiking her co-worker's coffee. This story is so crazy. Let me tell you what this lady did, y'all. So, a woman in Italy has been sentenced 4 years in prison after she took workplace rivalry to extreme, spiking her colleague's coffee as job cuts loomed, so the co-worker would get fired and not her. Now, this lady, she was putting a sedative in one of her co-workers' coffee because they were both doing the same job, but her co-worker was a little more efficient, a little bit better. So what did she do? Did she raise her game up? Did she try to get gangster with it? No, she didn't. She spiked the coffee with a sedative to make her sleepy and tired. What? What the fuck? How she slipped the sedative in the coffee? Oh, well, she went to a local coffee bar, bought her coworker a coffee, slipped that sedative in, and repeatedly would do this as a favor, being nice. That undercut, that little underlying hatred under there, but you know, she was a real hater. But she slipped that in the coffee, and the coworkers started feeling sedated on a regular basis. Always tired, getting dizzy, getting less and less efficient at her work. Took her to the hospital because they thought she had like a mild stroke or something. So then she wound up going home, taking a few days off, and she said she was fine during that time. You know, no big deal, no big problems. It didn't come back. She comes back to work. As always, her friend from work brought her a coffee. But the dizzy spells and fainting kept happening. This even included a car crash, y'all, which is super dangerous. And she was like, what is going on? Started happening again. But when her friend took the holidays off, that's when she put 2 and 2 together, was like, hey, since I haven't been getting coffee from my friend, I haven't had any dizzy spells. So the next time she got a coffee from her friend, she went and got it tested. The coffee had 10 times the amount of tranquilizer in the coffee. The police actually managed to show up in time to catch her putting the medication in the coffee. You gotta keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because this lady went full-fledged poison serial killer mode just to keep her job, instead of just working harder and being better. I'm telling you, man, some people are narcissistic cannibals, and you gotta watch them at every step. Alright, so this next story. This is so ridiculous, people. This is a classic story of people not minding their business. There's a statue in Ohio. It's It's called Homeless Jesus. It's essentially, let's go ahead and throw this up on the screen. It's essentially just a statue of a dude asleep on a bench. That's all it is. You can clearly tell it's a statue of that. At least that's what I thought. Somebody called the police on the statue saying there's a homeless man asleep on a bench. Now, first off, you need glasses because that's a statue. And even if it wasn't a statue, the dude's homeless. Let him sleep. His life clearly sucks if he out there sleep on a bench. He ain't even hurt nobody. He's asleep, and now you calling the police on him? People, call the police in emergencies, not just because you're offended or don't like what's happening. Let's just take a look at the statue, like a closer look. Created by Canadian sculptor Timothy Schmaz, who depicts Jesus huddled under a blanket on a bench. His head is covered and his bare feet are sticking out, displaying the wounds from his crucifixion. And the crazy part is that the police got called and showed up 20 minutes after the statue was installed. Like, damn! That means you get screwed with immediately. They need to start writing tickets for people who call the police for no damn reason, because this is ridiculous. That statue was installed for 20 minutes and then the police showed up to tell the homeless man he need to move on. For real? Where's all that show up and show out when something real happened? You know why it don't happen? Because they too busy investigating statues sleep on a bench. Alright, now this story is just messed up, man. This next story is just messed up. So Boston anchor got fired for a cameo in an Adam Sandler movie. I think you've probably seen it on there. It's, it's on Netflix. It's like Hubie's Halloween or something like that. Now, she had a small cameo as a newscaster in that movie. Let's take a look at her here. This little skit right here was actually kind of funny because everybody was wearing that Harley Quinn setup. But this is just her in the movie, right? Crazy. Because this talented young lady has been working with the news station for about 4 years, since 2016. And she got fired for being in an Adam Sandler movie. I mean, the movie was bad, but it wasn't that bad. And she was a newscaster in the movie. So I don't even understand what part of the contract it violated. No Adam Sandler movies? Is that even a contract thing? Who puts that in the contract, specifically? I'm kind of surprised she didn't check to make sure it was okay before she did it, but maybe she was just excited to be in a movie, who knows? But yeah, she totally lost her job for Adam Sandler cameo. Hopefully you take care of her, because that movie, it's not going to start a movie career for her. So, But if you see it on Netflix, go ahead and check it out. It's not the greatest movie. It's not going to win any type of Oscar or anything. It is a fun movie. It's pretty predictable though, but it has a good heart to the movie. So you enjoy it. And if you got Netflix, it's free to watch. So why not? And it's the Halloween season. Dig in. Alright, Mix Nutters. That's it for me today. I'm gonna go ahead and make like a baby and head out. If you wanna support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/mixnuts. We got new videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when every new video comes out. And until next time,